Hey, members of Open Door Church, my name is Jared Reagan. I am a member of the Abolitionist Society of Fort Worth, and you may have noticed as going into church and leaving your church services here over the past few weeks that there have been abolitionists outside, standing on the public right of way just outside of the property line, trying to engage you in discussion and hand out literature in regards to the abolition of abortion and what a Christian's sort of responsibility or duty therein would be. So I'm making this video to kind of clarify some things because I know that some people have the tendency to get certain things confused, or maybe there are people in there that are trying to just outright mischaracterize why we're there. But we hear a lot from people like, well, we agree with your message, but we just don't agree with you having these tactics, or we don't think this is the right place or right venue. So just to clarify, what our message is that we are saying that the churches, including ourselves, because we're part of the body of Christ, have been recreant at their post. We've been acting and sort of just completely neglecting justice for the most weak and defenseless people, and ignoring the intolerable evil of abortion. And so, children made in the image of God, just like you and me, 4,000 times a day are being murdered, and sometimes just right around the corner from churches like your own. And yet, when you ask a Christian there, what are y'all doing about it, and what's going on here, how are the efforts going, you don't really hear anything. You just hear about how we fed some homeless people the other day, which feeding homeless people is great, but there's a Holocaust going on, and it's not sort of like a special calling for certain people to fight injustice. It's actually like a command that we've been given, and it really ties in with the second greatest commandment, which is to love our neighbor as ourselves. So you may have heard some of that or caught some of that rhetoric from the signs or the pamphlets. Another thing I wanted to address, just in case it was being confused, the reason why some of the leadership and just some of like the regular, say, laity, but some of the self-proclaimed clergy at that church have been coming out and opposing us, that reason has sort of like changed throughout the weeks. Because I don't know if y'all remember, but the first week that we came just in the public right of way with no signs of any kind, and just our literature. And we were just trying to engage people in discussion, hand out some literature to the adults that were coming in, and we even then got the cops called on us because they tried to like move us on along, which is crazy because they say they agree with our message. Not only that, but people came out and they were getting up in our faces and sort of being aggressive, and also trying to like persuade people to not talk to us or not take the literature, which we kind of expect, because we're coming in and we're saying, hey, this kingdom that we've built is like not coming into conflict with the evil that surrounds it. And so like maybe there's something wrong with our kingdom. Maybe we haven't been like building Christ's kingdom, but we've built like an imitation, and that's why it's not working. And that can be hard for people to swallow. But one thing I wanted to demonstrate with this video, I want to show you some footage of just people's reaction to us the first week, and how it's actually exactly the same without the signs as it is with the signs. 'Cause I know a lot of you are saying that, well, it's these graphic pictures that you're holding here, and we just don't want our children to see it. It's not so much the message; it's just we really don't like these graphic pictures. So I want to test it and see if that's really true, and I hope that you're able to see what the real reason is why people would oppose this message.
What's going on, sir? May I give you one of these? It's a pamphlet discussing the abolition of abortion. We're trying to wake up the church to love and good works. Okay. These children are our neighbors. What's going on, guys? May I give you one of these?
Sure.
It's a pamphlet discussing the abolition of abortion. There's a graphic image in there, but we're basically here. We're from the Abolitionist Society of Fort Worth, and we're here trying to wake up the bride of Christ to be salt and light concerning abortion. We know like the only thing that's holding back abortion's abolition and the removal of it from society is that we've failed to love our neighbor as ourselves. You know, like my children, if somebody was coming to kill my children, you know, obviously excluding violence, I would do quite a bit more than even what I do now about abortion. But, you know, we don't view it in those terms. We treat it like a political issue, and, you know, we've kind of like made peace with it in the back of our minds, you know, in time of the year.
Hey guys.
Morning.
Who did you ask if you could do this? God. Yeah, I understand that.
Well, this is private property. So y'all were gonna have to go on the sidewalk over there.
This the public road right here,
No, it's private.
because it funnels back into, like I looked it up on the.
No, you didn't. So, okay.
Like the street that doesn't go into the neighborhood over
Trust
here?
me, guys.
Well, I'm not trying to be persnickety or
Yeah,
anything.
well, we're about to be.
Well, I'm not
Okay,
gonna get
let's do
angry
this.
with you, but
Here.
if
Okay,
the
let's do
police could
this.
be
I am
called,
a police officer.
okay.
See what?
You asked why didn't you call,
Yeah.
right? Because I don't think it's an issue where if like
No.
for instance, no, let me explain, please, Walter.
Okay.
I'm serious. I do have a good answer. I'm not like a crazy person. I have reasons for the things that I do.
Because I've got people in there complaining about you guys.
I have reasons for the things that I do, and I want to
Complaining.
explain those if you want to know the answer.
What did you guys do all week long?
I worked
The
my
one thing you
job
didn't do
and
is
a
call
lot
us,
of different
did
things.
you?
No.
Why shouldn't you?
Well, can I give my reason? I gave
Yeah.
him one earlier. Well, for instance, if they were like right in this courtyard here, lining up 2-year-olds and hacking their arms and legs off, we wouldn't like call and ask, hey, can we come over there and see if anybody wants to help stop this?
Sure,
You know,
I get it.
we would come in with a sense of urgency, and it's that same sort of thing. Like
Right,
we don't
I-
need somebody's permission to come and ask. The situation's very dire.
Well, here,
But yeah, like I said, because you know, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your butt. I don't know, you know, as
I
far as
understand.
the right of ways and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
That's just normative. You know, I've obviously been doing this for a while at different places.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a right of way on both sides.
6,000 people.
That's great. That's great, man.
71 salvations down there.
We're
We
just
gave
saying-
away millions of pounds of food.
That's great.
It's
I
just-
applaud that.
But I'm
Have you
not
ever had an
standing
abortion?
here trying to propagate
You should
to an unsuspecting group of people that try to leave church feeling a little bit better about themselves.
They don't need to feel
And
better
the
about
minute
themselves.
you
They need to
open
serve
that, you
Christ.
just take it. And,
Is this
and
about feeling better about ourselves?
Or is this about serving Christ?
Now you're on our property. You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize. You're right. I mean, if y'all want to play by the rules, we'll play by the rules. If you break those rules, then next time you do it.
Can I give you one of these, brother? We're not an enemy. We're here because we love you guys. We're not.
Okay. You're right. No,
We support y'all's cause, but those are out of line with the kids. I mean, you guys were at the powder concert yesterday, and we talked to y'all. You changed the posters, and you got a lot more response out of us. I mean, to know that we don't appreciate that, and that we love your other posters, and we want to support y'all, and you're going about it this way.
You
pretty
mean
much
just the
telling us-
ones with no graphic images? You're saying?
Because we have children and
Okay.
old ladies, and you're giving them heart attacks.
Wait, but you don't have a problem with us handing out the literature
No.
to the adults.
But this,
Do you know that we were here 2 weeks ago
And we didn't have signs?
with no signs, not even a single one, and just these pamphlets? And we were only handing them to adults, and we were being cordial, and they called the cops
you
on
had at the concert
us.
yesterday without the graphics, we had no problem with that. At the Crowder concert, you guys were there?
Oh, we had some graphic images. You may not have been able
but
to see them.
you guys put them away. Well, the guys I talked to did.
Man.
I mean,
But I was just trying to draw a point. When we were here 2 weeks ago, man, the same people were out here standing in front of us, blocking us from being able to hand out literature. They
what
didn't
I'm
want us
saying
talking
is
to
we're all
anybody.
against abortion too, but we're telling you we don't appreciate this because of our children.
It's
But-
literature.
Y'all didn't appreciate the literature before, is what I'm trying to say. Do you
Are you-
what's your name, man? I seriously am interested in hearing what you say. I'm Jared.
Just like yesterday at the Crowder concert, I talked to a couple of y'all. You changed your posters, you got a lot more response out of us. We're telling you this we don't appreciate, and I know your cause. I support your cause. But the way you're going about it, we're telling you we don't appreciate this, and you guys are like, well, F you, we're going to do it anyways.
Well, I assure you that's not the heart behind it.
I know it's not the heart, but we're telling you it upsets a lot of people here.
Sure.
And I get what you're
But
saying.
I'm telling
you want them to be upset.
They were upset with us when we came with no signs and literature here 2 weeks ago. You may have not noticed us here or something because there were just 3 of us.
And the biggest issue behind that is that we know our stance, and we promise we have a heart to do it. We're going about it a different direction than you are, and so then your methodology is just something that we don't necessarily agree with. And you have a right to do your methods, and we have a right to do our methods.
What is y'all's methods?
We support organizations that fight against it. We actually have a children's organization that we help children out. So the pastor's wife.
But I mean, no, like that's good. You support other people. Like you could tell us good job or give me a $5 bill or whatever. But what do you do?
We literally financially support organizations.
No, but
that stand against that.
I understand.
Off the top of my head, I do not know personally which exact ones that we do.
No. I'm saying that's fine. Yeah. But what do you guys do? Like it's all well and fine to pay another group of people to do good things, but what do y'all do in the realm of?
We have people who have their own convictions about it, but that's not. I mean, the issue is.
And that's what we're saying is wrong. We're saying that it's, obviously God has different things that He wants individuals to do,
Absolutely.
But that this is not in the realm of callings or different things that God has like ordained people. It's actually a reaction to injustice. We should react in Christian love towards these children. The mothers.
Here's what's getting us.
Not as a calling.
We're telling you these ones upset us, and you got these ones hidden. You're putting these out like
it's not,
F
what you're saying is not true.
It is what it is.
Because we were here 2 weeks ago. We passed
okay,
literature
hold on.
without signs whatsoever.
Hold on. I'm saying these 3 posters are upsetting our congregation. So you have those out, and you have these hidden.
They're not hidden.
Have a blessed day.
They're here.
I understand you're wanting to make more awareness of that, but where is that bringing kingdom to earth? Because right now, what I'm saying is a child's mind from the age of 3 all the way up to 5 is the most impressionable years of their life, and
Sure.
they're growing form. I have 4 children, okay?
Praise God.
Yes, at some point in time, my children have seen this, and I have taught to my kids. I have taught to them about all the morals and rights that I want them to have and know in their heart. But we have people that aren't saved. They're coming to church for the first time because it's Father's Day. And this is the message that you're sending to people that you may be causing someone to stumble and fall. And that's what bothers me. If it was any other day of the week, I would be a little bit different, but the pictures would still be offensive because I have small children there.
What I can't understand is you're talking about how this exposition of God's law, basically, that God condemns the practice of murder of any image bearer because man's made in God's image, therefore it's wrong to shed man's blood. That touting that is actually possibly a stumbling block to someone's salvation, when it's actually the platform that the message of God's grace needs to be delivered on. Is the message that, well, we're guilty, we've sinned against a mighty and holy God.
In these images.
Well, like I said, in every speech that we have. Now, obviously, the audience here, we believe, to be mostly Christian. If I were talking to someone like we're talking right now, I would ask them, are you a Christian? You usually can tell. And if they reveal to me, well, no, I'm not a Christian, I'm just coming to visit, well, then I'm going to talk to them quite frankly about the gospel and about their need for salvation.
I don't agree with that.
Going against your own body of Christ here.
I don't agree with that.
You make a lot more. So you believe in Jesus.
You remember last, 2 weeks ago, though, and you were out here opposing me, and I didn't have signs?
You have pictures
In the pamphlets that we were handing to adults.
So kids can see that. And that's what we're
Oh, well, kids can see it no matter what.
We didn't say don't take it. We said you're not with our church.
You weren't standing at that door. No, maybe not you, but they weren't standing at that door saying, don't take the pamphlets from these guys, just don't even acknowledge them.
No, I did say that because if you want to, we're not with the church.
Oh, yeah, no.
But it's up to them.
Sure, tell them that we're not with the church, but
Then that's all said.
yeah.
But it's up to them if they wanted to take it or not.
We're only here because we think that the Christians are the ones that are going to ultimately be the ones that abolish abortion.
Well, they see this.